Warren Buffett, the king of investing, has two simple rules. Rule number one, never lose your capital. And rule number two, never forget rule number one. It is obvious that in trading or investing, capital protection is far more important than your profit and loss. It is often said in trading circle, 90% trader lose 90% of their trading capital in only 90 trading session. Yes, this is the bitter truth of trading. But I am here to tell you a different story. For the last 1.8 years, I have been trading in option market. I started my journey with 20,000 rupees capital, and today I am going to share exactly how I survived for 1.8 years without blowing up my entire capital. Hello friends, my name is Saurabh. Welcome to my channel. On 6 December 2023, I started my journey with 20,000 rupees capital. And that day I made a promise to myself that I will learn trading before losing my entire capital. Past 1.8 years were not so easy for me. It was full of challenges. Still, patience and discipline helped me a lot to survive in this field. And today I am going to prove it. I will show you my broker's ledger balance from day 1. Before doing that, let me explain what a ledger balance actually is. Ledger balance is an actual amount left in your account after deducting all tax and brokerage. Let me give you an example. Assume you make a profit of 1000 in a particular trade. But when you check your ledger balance, it will show only 700. Why? Because 300 rupees is deducted as tax and brokerage. Now in the next trade, suppose you lose 1000. In this case, 1300 will be deducted from your account. Here also extra 300 is charged as tax and brokerage. So technically you made 1000 in first trade and lose 1000 in the next trade. So logically you should be in cost to cost, but in reality 600 is gone from your account. That's the bitter truth of trading, and this is why understanding the ledger balance is very important. Alright, let me take you to my screen. I will show you everything step by step. So here is my screen. This is my broker account. If you click on report section, you can access the ledger. Now in ledger, we need to select a custom date range. So I am selecting the start date 2023 December 2nd, and the end date, which is today 24 July 2025. Then I click on submit button. Here it is. Let me sync the data. Yes, now it's correct. You can see on 6 December 2023, I added 20,000 rupees to my broker account. This is the net amount, and here you can see how my 20,000 fluctuated as I keep trading. Actually, it is quite hard to understand directly from the broker interface. So I requested MStock to mail me this Excel file. That's why we can analyze it more clearly. This is my Gmail account. Here's the mail I received from MStock. It is an Excel file. I am downloading it. This is the Excel file provided by MStock. Now I am going to make a few modifications in this Excel file. First, I want to arrange the data chronologically from 6 December 2023 to 24 July 2025. Next, I add some calculations so that you can easily understand the whole process step by step. And don't worry, after completing this Excel file, I will also show you my verified P&L, so you can be assured that nothing is manipulated here. After making modification, this is the final outcome. Before we divide into the details, let me give you a quick overview of this Excel file. I have added 3 extra columns to this Excel file. The first column shows the total trading capital I used during my 1.8 years of trading journey. The second column is very important. Here I have separated my initial 20,000 from my total capital to clearly track how it moved up and down after every single trade. And in the last column, I have defined my trading style. I started my journey as an option buyer, but gradually I transitioned into a hardcore option seller. And I have also used some color codes for better visual clarity. Blue shows the quarterly settlement where MStock transfers the full amount to my bank account. Yellow represents capital addition, either the same amount as ledger balance or any new money I add to my account. Now let's look at the file. On 6 December, you can see I added 20,000 as my starting capital, and I started my journey as an option buyer. If you keep an eye on this column, you will notice that my 20,000 gradually decreased and eventually come down to 13,304 on 16th July 2024. At that point, I realized that option buying is not a profitable setup for me. So I shifted my strategy and became a directional option seller. That means I started selling option without hedging my position. However, to do option selling, I need more capital. So I add 80,000 fresh capital to my account, making my total capital 1 lakh. From that point onward, my ledger balance reflected a fluctuations on this 1 lakh capital. That's why I added this column to separate my initial 20,000 from the additional capital to track the real fluctuations. For example, on this date, my ledger balance shows 94,198 rupees. Since I added 80,000 extra capital, so if I deduct this 80,000 from 94,198 rupees, I get 14,198 rupees, and I use the same calculation every time when I add new capital. In my new directional option selling phase, my starting was not good. My capital continued to decrease and eventually come down to 8,629 rupees on 16th October 2024. But after that, I was able to gradually increase my capital and fully recover my 20,000 capital by 6 January 2025. On that day, I felt confident and finally I thought I learned option trading. So I decided to increase my position from 1 lot to 2 lot, but see what happened next. My capital dropped sharply, almost like a market crash, and it came down to 8,234 rupees on 13 March 2025. Now I went back to trading with just 1 lot again, but nothing changed. My capital continued its downward trend and reached 7,168 rupees on 9th April 2025. This was one of the toughest phase in my trading life. At that point, I seriously doubting myself. I even questioned if I was really meant to be a trader or not. But instead of quitting, I decided to make a short break, reflect on my mistake, and come back with a new approach. I changed my strategy again and become an option strategy builder. That means option hedger. But in this phase, I had to struggle a lot. My capital kept falling and finally reached 2,411 on 6th June 2025. At that point, I honestly thought I will not able to protect my capital anymore. But fortunately, from this point, my profit rally began. I worked with discipline and slowly my capital started to recovering. And today, it stands at 11,824 rupees. This is the end of my first phase of the trading journey. Now let's move on the next part of the video, my verified PNL. So once again, let's go back to my broker account. From the report section, you can access profit and loss statement. Here I am selecting the same custom date range, 6 December 2023 to 24 July 2025. Yes, here it is. My total realized PNL is 13,448 rupees. The total brokerage I paid is 3,475 rupees. And total tax and other charges I paid amounts to 15,893 rupees. If I show you the detailed breakdown, you can see that this profit is completely from intraday trading. Now I want to clarify something. You might be wondering why my brokerage amount is so low. The reason is simple. When I opened my account with MStock was a zero brokerage platform. From the day I started trading until 20 November 2024, I did not pay any brokerage or any execution cost. However, after 20 November 2024, MStock introduced brokerage charges, 5 rupees per execution. For comparison, in Zerodha, it is 20 rupees per execution. So the brokerage you see here is calculated from 20 November 2024 to 24 July 2025. Now let me show you a simple calculation. If I add my total tax and total brokerage, the total cost comes to 19,368 rupees. That means I paid these 19,368 rupees as tax and brokerage during my 1.8 years of trading journey. Now, if we subtract my total profit from this cost, we get 5,920 rupees. This is the extra amount I had to pay over and above my profit just to trade for 1.8 years. So it is clear that why capital protection is as important as making profit in trading. So this was my 1.8 years of trading journey, where my main focus was on protecting my capital instead of chasing profit. If you learn how to protect your capital, profits become only a matter of time. And always remember, trading is not how fast you win, but how long you last. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video.